Did you know? Most heart attacks don't happen while you're running or climbing stairs. They happen the moment you get out of bed. When you haven't even brushed your teeth. When your morning coffee is still steaming on the kitchen table. And if you're over 60 like me, those first few minutes after waking up. These are when your heart is at its weakest. Not everyone knows this. But one small mistake can change everything. That innocent cup of coffee might just be the silent trigger behind your next stroke. And you wouldn't even see it coming. Hello there. My name is Harold. I'm 76 years old. And I survived a heart attack while pouring coffee in my kitchen. I didn't survive because of luck. I survived because afterward, I started learning about the little things that could protect an aging heart like mine. Today, I want to share with you 3 simple things you can add to your morning coffee. Not pills. Not expensive supplements. Just ingredients under $5. That helped me walk steadily again. Regain a calm heartbeat. And stop fearing my mornings. And at the end of this video, I'll also share the one morning habit my personal cardiologist, a man with over 30 years of experience, told me I must never skip. Don't miss it. If you're watching this right now, maybe your heart is also looking for a gentle reminder. Tap the like button if this message resonates with you. And comment below. I'm here, Harold. So I know you're still with me on this journey. Let's begin with why the aging heart becomes so fragile in the morning. And how I turned that risky cup of coffee into my daily dose of heart protection. I used to think that dying from heart disease would come in a dramatic moment. Climbing a mountain, running a race, or shoveling snow in winter. But no. I almost died because of one morning cup of coffee. The same coffee I had made every day for 30 years. It was a February morning. 5 degrees below zero. I was fixing breakfast for my wife. I walked into the kitchen and turned on the kettle. Added coffee to the press. Reached for the sugar spoon. And then, my heart started racing like someone had slammed the gas pedal. I got dizzy. It felt like someone was squeezing my chest from the inside. My vision blurred. My ears rang. And I collapsed, hitting my head on the refrigerator. The sound of me crashing woke up my wife. She called 911. Minutes later, I was on a stretcher, staring at the ceiling of the ambulance. Thinking, was that the last cup of coffee I'll ever make? The doctor said, you got here just in time. 5 minutes later. We might not be having this conversation. I was shaking. Not from the cold. But because I couldn't believe that something so small and familiar could lead to something so fatal. What haunted me most wasn't almost dying. It was seeing the look on my wife's face. Too small to lift me off the kitchen floor. I remember her trembling hands dialing the phone. Her voice cracking as she tried to stay calm. And the tears in her eyes as the medics arrived. I always saw myself as the strong one. The man of the house. The one who could take care of everything. And just like that, in a single morning, I lost all control. That feeling. It doesn't just disappear unless you take action. I didn't want to spend the rest of my life being afraid of mornings. I didn't want to look at my coffee and see a silent killer. I wanted to do something, anything. To take back control. To feel like myself again. So I started researching. What had caused my heart to collapse that morning? And was there any way I could turn my morning coffee into a ritual that protects my heart, instead of hurting it? The answers I found were surprisingly simple. And in the next part, I'll share the 3 ingredients I now add to my coffee every morning. That helped me prevent another heart attack, keep my heartbeat steady, and believe again that I still have power over this body of mine. There's a truth few people ever tell you. Morning is the most dangerous time for your heart. Not noon. Not at night. The moment you open your eyes. It's when your heart faces the greatest pressure of the entire day. I didn't learn this from a book. I learned it from the heart attack that nearly took my life. I always thought I was healthy. I walked, gardened, and played with my grandkids. But I had no idea that every morning, I was unknowingly placing massive stress on my heart. Just from that one morning cup of coffee. Why is morning so dangerous? When we wake up, our body releases a hormone called cortisol. It helps us feel awake. But at the same time, cortisol makes blood vessels constrict, raises blood pressure, and forces the heart to beat faster to circulate blood. A study published in Frontiers in Endocrinology in 2023 found that just a 1 standard deviation increase in morning cortisol can raise your risk of cardiovascular disease by up to 18%. And according to the American Heart Association, elevated cortisol is directly linked to high blood pressure, heart attacks, and strokes. Now imagine this. While your heart is already straining to start the day, you pour in a strong cup of coffee, full of caffeine, maybe sugar, maybe cream. Without realizing it, you've just triggered a ticking time bomb in your chest. But the thing that shocked me most was what my cardiologist said. Coffee isn't the problem. It's how you drink it that's the real risk. The issue isn't coffee. It's drinking it first thing in the morning, on an empty stomach, right when your heart is already under natural stress. That caffeine jolt sends your heart rate skyrocketing. Your blood pressure is up, and your arteries are tightening. So what's the solution? How can we protect our heart without giving up the one thing we love every morning? That's exactly what I discovered. By adding just 3 small ingredients to my morning coffee, I turned it from a silent attacker into a quiet protector. I call it my heart protective coffee. A simple blend I've used for over 2 years now. That's helped keep my heart rhythm steady, kept me feeling awake without the jitters, and gave me peace of mind every single morning. And the best part? You don't need to overhaul your whole life. You don't have to give up coffee. Don't need medications. Don't need to start working out for an hour every morning. All you need is 3 little scoops at the right time. In the next segment, I'll share with you exactly what those 3 ingredients are, what they're called, why they work for people over 60, and how to combine them for the best results. Before we move on, if you've ever had coffee on an empty stomach, drop a comment below saying, "I used to do that." Let's see how many of us were in the same boat. And if this video is helping you, give it a like so others can discover it too. Because in the next part, I'll walk you through how to make a cup of coffee that not only tastes amazing, but it could help you prevent a heart attack. Just one small change could be what helps you stay independent for the years ahead. I know what you're thinking. Can a cup of coffee really help prevent a heart attack? But let me ask you this. If just adding 3 small ingredients could help steady your heart rate every morning, why not give it a try? I'm not here to sell medicine. I don't represent any company. I'm just someone who nearly lost his life to a wrong coffee habit. And now I want to share what helped me reclaim control. Ingredient 1, unsweetened dark cocoa powder. Just 1 tablespoon of dark, unsweetened cocoa is packed with natural flavonols, compounds that help dilate blood vessels, improve circulation and lower blood pressure. A study published in Hypertension, 2012, showed that participants who consumed cocoa flavonols for just 2 weeks Reduce their systolic blood pressure by up to 4.7 millimeters of mercury. Similar to the effect of some blood pressure meds. How to use it? Start with 1 tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa. Mix it directly into your hot coffee and stir well. If it's too bitter, you can add a touch of stevia or honey. Note: if you're on blood thinners, consult your doctor. Cocoa can enhance blood flow. Ingredient 2, collagen peptides, the cement of blood vessels. Most people think collagen is just for skin. But in fact, collagen makes up about 30% of the structural protein in your body. Especially in blood vessels, joints, and the connective tissues surrounding the heart. A study in Nutrients, 2022, found that collagen peptides can help reduce LDL cholesterol, regulate blood pressure, and strengthen arterial walls, reducing the risk of atherosclerosis. How to use it? Add 1 scoop, around 10 g, of flavorless collagen peptides to the coffee that already has cocoa in it. Stir until fully dissolved, it won't affect the taste or texture. Tip: choose grass-fed bovine collagen if possible. If you're a vegetarian, there are plant-based amino acid blends that offer similar benefits. Ingredient 3. MCT oil, smooth energy, no heart-pounding jitters. I used to have shaky hands, a fast heartbeat, and even sweating whenever I drank coffee on an empty stomach. Until I added one thing, MCT oil. MCTs, medium-chain triglycerides, usually from coconut oil, are quickly converted into energy by the liver, without causing a sugar spike or caffeine crash. The result? No more jitters, no more pounding heart, no more chest tightness. The Clinical Nutrition Journal, 2022, also reported that MCT oil may help improve lipid profiles and reduce LDL, lowering cardiovascular risk. How to use it? Start with 1/2 teaspoon and gradually work up to 1 full teaspoon. Add it last, then stir or blend for a creamy texture like cappuccino foam. Note: too much MCT too fast may cause mild digestive upset. Putting it all together, heart protective coffee. 1. Brew a hot cup of coffee, 8 to 10 ounces. 2. Add 1 tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa powder. Stir. 3. Add 1 scoop of collagen peptides. Stir again. 4. Add 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of MCT oil. Stir or blend. 5. Drink it within 30 minutes of waking up, before breakfast. I know, it sounds simple. But for me, this morning ritual is proof that I still have control over my health. Every time I sip it, I remind myself I'm protecting my heart, without drugs, just through daily choices. Try it. You might notice after just 1 week a steadier heartbeat, less dizziness, or the confidence to walk downstairs without holding the rail. If this sounds doable, leave a comment below saying, "I'll try it." I read every one, and I'll reply as soon as I can. In the next segment, I'll show you the early warning signs of a heart attack that most people ignore, so you can act early, not regret late. Don't look away now, because the right knowledge, at the right time, can truly save your life. I used to think a heart attack looked like what we saw in movies. A man clutching his chest and collapsing instantly. But the truth? More than half of heart attacks don't start that way at all. According to the CDC, 52% of people who experience a heart attack never even realize it. Because the signs come in quietly, gradually. And most of us brush them off, thinking it's probably nothing. I'm sharing these 5 early warning signs because I personally experienced 3 of them, but ignored the signals. And I nearly paid the price with the rest of my life. Sign 1, unusual fatigue, even when doing nothing. I used to wake up feeling like I had run a marathon in my sleep. Even stepping outside to get the paper left me winded. I thought it was just aging. But in reality, my heart was struggling. Trying to push blood through narrowing vessels. The Journal of the American Heart Association states, unexplained fatigue in adults over 60 can be an early sign of myocardial ischemia. Sign 2, trouble sleeping or waking up with a racing heart. Many nights, I couldn't stay asleep. Or I'd wake up in the middle of the night with my heart pounding. I assumed it was stress. But it turned out to be an irregular heartbeat. A silent alarm of early-stage heart failure. According to Mayo Clinic, a racing heart at rest may indicate oxygen deficiency or disruptions in the heart's electrical signals. Sign 3, mild pain or numbness in the jaw, back, or left arm. Once, I felt a dull ache under my left shoulder blade. I thought I slept wrong. But it was actually a warning sign. A classic case of atypical heart attack symptoms. Especially common in older adults and women. Harvard Health Publishing warns. Discomfort in the jaw, neck, or shoulders, especially with fatigue, can be a symptom of restricted blood flow to the heart. Sign 4, shortness of breath or dizziness while at rest. I'd be sitting, reading the paper, doing absolutely nothing. And suddenly feel short of breath or slightly dizzy. That's not just aging. It's a sign that the heart may not be pumping enough blood to the brain. The American Heart Association states, shortness of breath while at rest can indicate early-stage heart failure. Sign 5, a sudden feeling of dread or unease. I can't explain it. Just this deep sense that something was wrong. Not in my head, but in my body. And a few days later, I was in the ER with a minor heart attack. The journal Circulation reports. Unexplained anxiety or foreboding in seniors, especially with no prior mental health issues, may reflect early neurological changes before cardiac events. I'm sharing these 5 signs not to scare you, but to help you take back control. The real danger isn't the warning signs. The danger is ignoring them. If any of these sound familiar, drop a comment below. I've experienced sign number. You're not alone. Let's talk about it. Because awareness saves lives. In the next part, I'll tell the story of a 72-year-old man who reversed his heart risk by sticking to one simple habit. A morning cup of heart protective coffee. And how he feels better now than when he was 60. Stay tuned, because real stories create real change. If you met Paul 2 years ago, you would have seen a man who wasn't himself anymore. Holding both rails just to climb the stairs. Needing to sit down after walking for 5 minutes. And every morning, living with the fear that today might be the day his heart stops. Paul was once a carpenter, strong, skilled, never one to rest. But after 70, everything changed. His body didn't respond the way it used to. Doctors told him his heart was weakening. His rhythm was irregular. And plaque was building in his arteries. Paul didn't want to spend the rest of his life as a patient. But he didn't believe in magic pills either. He simply said, I want to feel alive, not just survive. And so he made a change. With nothing more than a cup of coffee. A retired nurse friend shared a simple idea. Add dark cocoa, collagen peptides, and MCT oil to his morning coffee. A small shift, done at the right time. At first, Paul was skeptical. But he tried. And he stayed consistent, for 30 days. After 4 weeks, something strange started to happen. His heart no longer pounded in the morning. His mind felt clearer, no more midday naps. And for the first time in months, he walked around the park for 15 minutes, without stopping. His doctor rechecked his vitals. Blood pressure, stable. Heart rhythm, normal. Cholesterol, significantly improved. Paul didn't just get back to who he was. He became a steadier version of himself. Someone who chose to be proactive with his health. Instead of waiting for a crisis. He didn't give up coffee. He didn't live in a hospital. He didn't need a caretaker. But every morning, he made the choice to protect his heart. With 3 small scoops in 1 simple cup. I tell this story so you'll know. No matter your age. No matter how many chances you've missed. Today is still a fresh start. You can still begin again, without waiting, without complication. If you believe that change doesn't need to be dramatic. Just consistent, right, and doable. Leave a comment below. I'll start with tomorrow's coffee. In the final segment, I'll show you how to make this heart protective coffee a daily habit. And how to track the real changes in your body week by week. With a method so simple, anyone can do it. Stick with me until the end. Because real health doesn't come from promises. It comes from small, intentional actions, repeated every day. People often say, old age is for resting. But I believe something different. Old age is when we must be more alert than ever. Because sometimes, just one small mistake, like drinking coffee the wrong way, can trigger a whole chain of unexpected health problems. But today, you're no longer passive. Now you know. Why is the early morning the most dangerous time for your heart? How to turn your coffee into a powerful heart ally. The 3 simple, science-backed ingredients that can support your cardiovascular health. And the story of Paul, a real man, who took back control and changed his life. Now, let me show you how to turn this knowledge into a habit. I call it the Cardio Kaizen Checklist. 3 tiny morning actions that could shift your health trajectory. Step 1. As soon as you wake up, drink a warm glass of water. This wakes up your circulatory system and reduces pressure on your heart. Step 2. Brew your morning coffee and mix in 3 key ingredients. 1 spoon of dark cocoa powder. 1 scoop of collagen peptides. And half to 1 teaspoon of MCT oil. This blend supports blood flow, muscle repair, and stable energy. Step 3. Write 1 sentence in your health journal. Something like, today I feel steadier, or my heart feels calmer than yesterday. It only takes 20 seconds. But it helps you track subtle changes before they become big problems. And if you do this consistently for just 21 days, you won't need motivation anymore. Because your body will start to crave being taken care of. Here's the truth. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. This heart protective coffee might not cure everything. But it could be the first small action that moves you away from unexpected emergencies and toward a more confident, independent life. Every morning, when you hold that cup of coffee, you're not just drinking a beverage. You're giving yourself another chance. And if you'd like me to send you a printable recipe to stick on your fridge, a simple 21-day health tracking sheet, and a list of recommended products, even affordable options, just leave a comment that says, "Send me the recipe," or click the link in the video description. I've already prepared everything. Because I know the hardest part isn't finding information. It's turning that information into action. And if you're still watching right now, I genuinely thank you. Because that means you haven't given up. And when someone hasn't given up, everything is still possible. I'll see you in the next video, where I'll share more easy, practical tips to help you live actively, live healthfully, and live with dignity. And if this video helped you even a little, please give it a like and share it forward. You never know. It might reach the right person at the right time.